Hi there, my name is Kenneth and I'm the Lone Dice Guy. Thank you so much for watching my lone solo adventures through Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition as Ming Zao, a monk of the Order of the Dragon. Let's get to it. Okay, so if you've been following along by now, you know that Ming Zao, just to give you the very short introduction, is on his way westward to figure out where the source of the undead that had attacked the village at the base of the mountain where he lived, figure out where the undead had come from. Last time, Ming set out on his own west down the mountain path, going down in elevation, got attacked by wolves, got beat up severely from them, but still managed to get away somehow and ended up accidentally wandering into a cave bear's cave. Managed to get away from them, and then eventually found his way up in a tree to spend the night. First day out, Ming's not having a very good time. So, we're now picking back up. Now, last time things didn't go quite according to plan at all, so we're gonna raise our chaos rank to chaos 6. With that said, first thing we do at the beginning of every scene, roll against chaos. So let's do that now. Chaos rank is 6. 8. So we're above chaos. That means nothing changes. Now, what's the scene set up for today? Ming's going to continue going west. Now, that's where he told the undead came from in that direction. So I'm going to pull up the Dungeon Master's Guide for 5th edition. On it in Wilderness Travel, they have a table we can roll from to figure out, hey, is there something along the way? So we've got the table up here, and we're going to roll to see if there's anything from where Ming is now to the edge of the desert. Is there anything? Things like walled ruins, a great arch, a fountain, faces carved into the mountainside, anything really, just anything. We got to figure out what's there. So let's roll a d20. 15. Great stone wall in ruins. Okay. Interesting. So there's going to be a big wall that's going to be in tatters. That said, let's roll a random event just to kind of get us started. So we've got a great stone wall coming up. And then we've also got... So even though the scene doesn't change, I don't really quite know what to do from this moment going forward. So let's roll and see what comes up. We have a 33. That is introduce a new NPC. Cool. Okay. Ambush, messages. Ambush and messages. Oh, I got it. So the next morning, after staying the night in the tree, Ming wakes up and he feels better, feels refreshed. Then he's going to wake up the next morning, eat some rations to kind of get on his way. When he climbs down, he's going to continue going down the path. Now, keep in mind, he's just heading west. He doesn't really know what he's looking for. He doesn't know anything. You remember, this is his first time out in the middle of all of this. So we don't really know what we're doing. Ming doesn't know what he's doing. And so Ming is traveling west, and when he goes down the path, he's going to find some ruins out in the middle of nowhere. Now these ruins are going to be what looks to be like an old abandoned keep. And the only reason he even notices the ruins in the first place is because along the side he starts to notice cobblestones next to the path that build up into a small wall, which then curve upward into some underbrush. And then he looks up and sees the old ruined keep right there. Now, remember we rolled that there were no settlements in between the village at the base of the mountain and the edge of the desert. So this is not a village or anything like that. This is just an old abandoned keep. At least we think it's abandoned. And so that's actually, we're introducing a new NPC here in a moment. So, but let me just ask this to the fate chart. Is this keep abandoned? Does it look abandoned? And I think it's likely. Somewhat likely. Chaos rank 6. That is a yes. It looks abandoned. So it does look abandoned. dilapidated. Maybe it's got like vines growing all up all up the side of it. Maybe it's got other things there that make it look and appear to be abandoned. There shouldn't be anyone living here. So, all right. Now that we know we're introducing an NPC, the words we got were ambush and messages, meaning I think what's happened here is some bandits have decided to take residence, or at least they did decide to take residence up in the keep, but someone took them out. It could be the militia that Modig's a part of. It doesn't matter. Someone took him out, and Ming is going to come up upon kind of the aftermath of that raid. Right? There's going to be bodies everywhere. It's going to be kind of gruesome, but not too gruesome. Don't worry. So yeah, he's going to come up upon the aftermath of that raid. And so whenever Ming is kind of following the wall, he's kind of crawling through the underbrush, and eventually he finds a small path. Right? And the only reason he's here is because, again, we're looking for any kind of connection to the undead that just recently came and attacked the village. So maybe there's something here. We don't know. And so he kind of follows this makeshift path through the brush, and eventually he gets to a kind of a gate area, a small gate of wood and metal, and that leads up into a staircase going up around the outside of the keep into the main door, which is going to be behind the keep, away from the path. So whoever built this keep built it to be more secure. Like, this is supposed to be a place of security, it looks like. So I wonder, yeah, I'm kind of curious about Ming is definitely curious to know what is this place. He's going to open the gate. It's unlocked. In fact, it's kind of open a little bit. So he's going to open it up and just kind of peer inside the gate area. There's nobody there, so he decides to walk up. Now, Ming is very curious, but at the same time very cautious. So I'm going to go ahead and obviously he's going to have his quarterstaff out as normal, but I've also got my throwing knives, which I'm actually losing them. I keep forgetting to go back and look for him, but still. And he's walking cautiously when he gets up there. So when he gets to the door, fate chart. Is it open? Or sorry, is the door locked? Fate chart. I mean, I think it's unlikely. That's an exceptional yes. So he gets to the door, he gets to the main kind of keep door, and he's looking to open it. But the first thing he notices is that not only is the door set behind a huge iron gate, like kind of like a portcullis thing, he tries to lift it. It's heavy. I mean, maybe he can't do this on his own, but then he reaches up and kind of squeezes his arm through the bars and kind of tries the latch, and it looks like it's held pretty. It's locked pretty securely. Huh. So it's definitely locked, but how do we, I mean, Ming's not a thief. He doesn't know how to break into things. So the question is, he's going to do an investigation check. So that's going to be a 10 plus our chaos rank, which is 6 as our DC. And so he's going to roll for that. Oh, that's 17. So he automatically makes that, so 219. That's cool. Ming is going to, as he looks at the door and looks at the portcullis gate in front of it, going to kind of look around the area, and up there to the left, he's going to see, up there to the right, sorry, he's going to see a window. It's going to be a little cutout in the keep tower, but it is a window. But there's vines and stuff all over the outside of the tower, so this is climbable. Absolutely climbable. But with Ming's luck, it's gonna be really, really bad. But either way, let's think about getting up there. So getting up there, I think this is going to be an athletics check for Ming to quickly climb up the vines and kind of get over the rocks and stuff. So I don't think it's going to be too hard. I'm actually going to give him advantage because I mean he's trained in athletics. There's vines on the wall. It's cobblestone. I mean, there's all kinds of factors leading to this not being that big of a deal. So we're going to roll. Oh, it's a good thing I gave it advantage. And so Ming starts grabbing the vines and climbs up to that window, kind of pushes himself in, and we're going to say the window's open. And so he's going to step in, and here's the big question. What does he see? Okay, we're kind of skipping ahead a little bit in time. I took a moment to kind of turn the cameras off and really plan out the next section. So while you're doing your own solo games, you're not going to be able to go off the cuff on every single thing. I know that the channel that inspired this, me doing this by Trevor Duvall, which is Me, Myself, and Die, link in the description, not only to this video, but also in the channel description. Definitely go check out his channel. I think that's the inspiration for me doing this in the first place. But when he does his, it seems like he kind of generates things on the fly. And as I already said, a lot of this world has already been planned out from the campaigns that I've played as DM in the past. So this world's, I've got an idea of what's in this world. But the keep that we just found is completely brand new. I'll put a link probably in the comment section for a Reddit post where I got this incredible dungeon dungeon generation technique using D6. And I found it was really cool, and I used it for this. So I rolled 5d6, put them in a line, and then that told me what was on kind of each floor of the tower. And it was really cool. I liked it. I've got my notes here. And so remember, we rolled to introduce a new NPC. And so I actually went and generated that NPC as well when I turned off the camera. So I've done all that, and now we're back. But just keep in mind when you're doing stuff like this, if you're like, oh no, everything's not generated instantly and ad hoc, and there are ways to do that. There are supplements to either D&D or other role playing games that let you generate things, on the fly, and I love that. I'm probably going to get into that eventually, but don't feel bad if you have to take a moment to roll up an NPC or to even, like I did, create a whole new character from scratch just to have that character, kind of give them more life. You do what you want to do. I think the most important part is have fun. If you're not going to be having fun doing this, why are you doing this? Honestly, if you're not going to have fun playing your own games, and you can record them like I am and put them up and put the link in the comment section saying, hey, I did this too, you should watch mine. I'm down. I'm loving watching other people's games. So please, send me, put a link to your channel in the comments. I will gladly go and watch it. I love that kind of stuff. But anyway, we're back. So Ming has climbed into the tower. It's the keep is the window he climbed up in is a little bit to the right of the main door that he found around the back of the area where he found the tower. And so he climbs up to the window using the vines and stuff, steps in, and what he notices immediately is that he's in kind of an upper ledge area on a staircase going upwards. To the left down to, he sees kind of an entryway, and he sees the main gate that he looked at down to the left. And it's got the big bar behind it, and it's locked. It's clearly, utterly locked. There was no way Ming was going to be able to open that from the other side. Now, he also notices there are hooks put into the wall for coats or I don't know, something, who knows. And he also notices kind of a large chest there that's been opened, and it looks like it's got drawers coming out of it, like clothes and maybe winter gear, maybe stuff that can be used in maybe outside garden. It's got just outdoor tools. But other than that, the entryway is pretty sparse. It doesn't look like it was meant to be a place where whoever used to live here spent a lot of time. And that's okay. That's normal. And so he looks up to his right, and the stairs continue up along the edge to the keep. I mean, it makes sense to me that we're going to go up. It makes sense to me that we are going to go up and see what's here. Remember, Ming has his staff out. He's got he's not throwing knives. He's on alert. But look, he's not a rogue. He's not a hunter or anything. He doesn't think like this. So he's doing his best to stay alert, but it's not the best. So we get up next to the third layer, and the door up to the third floor is kind of slightly ajar. So as he goes up, the ceiling on that entryway room, he gets to it, and the stairs continue up. Now it's in a narrow hallway, and so the stairs continue, but then to the left there's a door. It's the third floor, and so it's already kind of ajar. It's already slightly open. It's not closed or locked, and so opens it very slowly, kind of pokes his head in, and he sees it looks kind of like a bedroom slash kitchen slash there's like a desk and a table area. It's basically someone's like mini efficiency apartment. It looks pretty like it looks not unused. There's not like thick layers of dust everywhere. Like it's the fireplace on the other side looks like the ashes are relatively recent, at least from this distance. It doesn't smell dusty and musty and unused. It actually smells like someone's been living here for a while. So that's going to be a huge shock for me because remember we said it looked abandoned outside. So I wonder what's going on with this. And remember, I generated all of this before. I took a break, turned off the cameras, and pre-generated all this before we got to this part. So, yeah. So, third floor, there seems to be kind of like an area of living. So, Ming's going to do an investigation check. We're going to see what we can find, if anything, about who lives here or what are they, who are they. So, let's roll an investigation check. 10 plus 6 equals 16 DC. No. He's got a 3 plus 2, it's 5. So he goes inside, he's looking around and going through like, the desk and shuffling papers around. Doesn't look like there's anything. He doesn't see anything worth finding. There's no journals or no, personal documents. There's a couple books of like histories and stuff, but who does he care? Nothing that really interests Ming in the slightest. The food is all relatively fresh though. So it's not something that, it isn't like he's finding rotten food. This is relatively fresh food. Probably from whoever was here, probably brought it maybe in the last week or two. Maybe in the last week or even the last couple of days. So, something's not right. Alright, so since we know there's not really much here, but we can tell that whoever is here was here recently, means they're probably going to come back. So the question is, does Ming want to continue going up? Or do you just want to get out? Is it worth staying here? Or should we just bug out and just keep going west? I think Ming at this point, remember, we're trying to see if this is connected at all to the undead that attacked the village. I think we're going to keep going. Like, curiosity killed the cat. Well, curiosity is probably going to get Ming killed. So remember, he's also traveling, and he wants to explore. So he's going to go out to the staircase hallway, go up to the left, keep going up the stairs. Now, as he gets closer, he's going to notice immediately a smell. Oh, a stench even. And it's overwhelming. It's empowering. And it's a sickening stench. Ming's actually kind of surprised that he didn't smell it before down on the third floor. I guess whatever's up here is keeping the stench contained somehow. Oh, it's gross. It's disgusting. And he notices immediately it's the smell of death. Like, it really does smell like decaying something, matter. I don't really know what it is. But it's got that very signature smell of death. Okay, remember, pre-regenerated all this. So Ming's going to slowly go up. At this point, he's getting kind of nervous. He doesn't know what he's in for at all. And so he sees the kind of the landing on the fourth floor and the door to the left. It's closed. So the question is, fate chart, is it locked? Yes, it's locked. So Ming's going to try the latch. I mean, he doesn't think anyone's here. Maybe we just break it open. Yeah, let's just break it open. Ming's strength is he's got a decent strength score. So actually, it's his best score. So yeah, let's break it open. Why not? Ming kind of puts his quarterstaff against the wall, cracks his knuckles. Aww. Does the the monk sound? Do monks do that? Do they make the aww sound? Ming does. So he does that sound and he goes, well, bam, bam, bam. Just hits, boom, 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 hits that square right above kind of where the latch is. And he, it splinters open and it enables him to kind of put his hand in around, unlatch it from the other side, and push the door open. So as it, whenever he does that, the stench is overwhelming. Constitution check DC is going to be 10 plus 6 chaos rank plus 1 because it's bad. So 17. Here we go. 9 plus 3 is going to be a 12, right? 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'm bad at math. But so 12. So he opens the door and the smell just hits him. He just kind of bowls over next to the door there. It's bad. He's losing up whatever rations he ate that morning. He didn't have any more. He wipes his mouth. Oh gosh! Goodness gracious? What is that smell? He opens the door further and looks inside, and the room is dimly lit, but even he can tell what it is. The floor is covered in bodies, decaying, desiccated corpses, pieces of corpses. It just, some of them look fresher than others, but for the most part, the whole room is just full of disgusting corpses. Some of them are even piled up halfway to the ceiling on the back wall, like whatever was here was using this as a corpse storage room. What kind of person or thing stores corpses? That's gross. So Ming's gonna take a moment, just kind of close the door again. And obviously the stench is still coming out, and now there's a hole in the door too. And he's just gonna, it's so gross. What is that? And he's kind of talking out loud to himself. What is that? Where am I? Looks up. Nothing else to do but to go up. Grabs his staff, continues wiping the spittle and drip from his mouth. Stomach's starting to hurt a little bit, but he'll be fine. So he goes up to the top floor, the 5th floor of the tower. The door in front of him looks to be slightly open, slightly ajar. So, fate chart. Is the inhabitant of the tower here? I have no clue. 50-50. I have no clue.